Hi everyone, welcome to the Flavour Vault presented by Colman's Vinegar, where we unlock the secrets of cooking and the flavors brought to you by Colman's Vinegar and organic coconut aminos. Today we have a very special episode for you where we are going to prepare Paneer Butter Masala, where we make the paneer from scratch. So let's get to it. So to start things off, we're gonna boil 2 liters of milk just like this, and to it I'm going to put about half a bottle of Colman's coconut vinegar. That will be about 350 to about 400 milliliters. We're just going to slowly put it in, and I'm going to slowly mix it as I put in the vinegar. And as you can see, you're gonna notice the milk start to coagulate, right? And it's going to form into little clumps. And after a bit, we're going to strain this. Right, so we're gonna let this stir off just a little bit more. I might put in a little bit more vinegar. Yeah, and you can see the vinegar magic unfold right before your eyes. Let's put that to the side. Give it another stir. So I'm gonna take it out just a little bit just to show you. So all your milk is slowly turning into some wonderful soft paneer. So we're gonna give it another stir, and after that we're gonna strain it. Alright, so once you strained your paneer, this is what it pretty much looks like. We'll just give it a little bit of a push to get the remaining way out of it. Alright, so I'm gonna put this aside in the fridge for about a couple of hours to let it cool down and set. But in the meantime, I'm gonna bring in a batch of paneer that I've kept in the fridge for a couple of hours, wherein it's, as you can see, it's hardened, and I've diced it to make our lovely paneer butter masala. So let's get to it with the ingredients for our butter masala. Starting off which, we're gonna need a little bit of garlic, a little bit of ginger, salt and pepper to taste. Alright, so to start things off with our paneer butter masala, I'm gonna grab a little skillet. Any pan again would work. And we're gonna toast our dry spices. So to start off with, I'm gonna get a little bit of oil, get that heated on the pan with some low heat. Yeah, let's put that aside. Just a little bit, just a pinch of cumin, about 2 to 3 star anise over here. Again, about 2 to 3 cloves, and a couple of bay leaves. We're gonna slowly let that toast under a low heat. Alright, let that toast away. I want to increase the heat just a little bit. Yeah, so now that we have that going, up next, so now that we have our dry mix, our dry spices getting toasted, I'm going to put a little bit of garlic and a little bit of ginger. That was the ginger that I just put in. And get that also going. If only you guys could smell it right now. Now it's seeming to get a little bit toasty, so I'm going to quickly put in the onions. We'll first let the onions saute just a little bit. That sizzle. That seems to be going really well. Now I'm going to put in the cashew nuts. Let's let the onions brown just a tad bit. And after that, we're going to put in our tomatoes. I'm so tempted to try out the paneer, but I'm just holding myself back. There's nothing like some fresh homemade paneer made with Colman's coconut vinegar. So we are seeing our cashew nuts slightly browning over here. Let's take a moment to just, let me just show you something about the paneer that we just made. Let me just break it down to you. You can see that, right? It's so fresh, it's so moist. There's nothing like it. It's gonna taste amazing. It's gonna absorb all the flavors in the masala. It's gonna, just wait till you see it, you guys. Just wait till you see it. So we're almost now done with our onions. They seem to be sweating really well, and they're almost like a brown, almost like a golden brown color. So I'm gonna slowly put in the chopped tomatoes. So the interesting thing about butter masala is that this is the part that adds in most of the flavor, this initial bit where all these flavors, all the spices, they start to infuse with each other, and where the idea is to turn it into a bit of a thick paste, right? Each of these flavors come together, so many different flavors, they just come together, and that's what, merges together that heavenly Indian, not too spicy but so flavorful. It's like a little flavor bomb in your mouth. So I just can't wait, you guys. So let's try it out. All right. So to this, I'm gonna add in our powdered spices. So we have coriander powder, we have a little bit of turmeric, red chili powder, and our garam masala. Right. So I'm gonna just put all of that in. I'm going to reduce the heat just a little bit so that our grounded spices don't burn up. I want to seal in all that flavor. So this seems about the right consistency. So I'm going to cut off the heat, turn it off, and I'm going to let it cool for just a little bit, and then we're going to blend it. Alright guys, so we have our little mix nicely tucked in to my blender. So I'm gonna put it about, lock it in. So ideally you wouldn't want it to be too smooth of a consistency. It would be nice to have a few chunks of the onions and some of the spices in, just to add a bit of texture when you're enjoying it. So don't blend it too much, just a couple of pulses would do. Yeah? Alright, so here we go. Yeah, I think that's about. Alright, so let's see how it looks and smells. Oh, that smells. I can't even describe that. There's so many flavors going on over here. Just try it. We just had to try it. Alright, so coming up with the next step, we're gonna quickly heat a little bit of oil and a little bit of butter on our skillet. Yeah. About 50 grams of butter. Give it a little bit of a stir. Take it around town. It's important to put a little bit of oil when you're putting the butter. If not, your butter will start to burn up and it'll get a bit of a slightly toasty, slightly burnt flavor. So put in a little bit of oil and also just make sure that you keep it on low heat. In the meantime, while the butter melts, we're gonna pour in our paste, our masala paste. Get all of that through. I give it a little bit of a stir, right? I'm gonna increase the heat just a little bit for the time being. And as you can see, it's got a bit of a brown texture, so I'm gonna put in a little bit of red chili just to give it a little bit more color. Yeah, just give it a little bit of a stir. So just about a tablespoon of red chili powder. And as you can see, it's starting to boil. It's getting that nice thick flavor, thick texture. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's got a little bit of a runny texture. So we're gonna keep it in the heat just a little bit longer, just to get a nice thick texture. So let's give it a couple of minutes, you guys. Alright guys, so this is the texture that you need to look out for. And now we're going to add our wonderful homemade paneer made with Colman's coconut vinegar. So we're going to very gently put it in. Yeah. Don't be too rough on it or else your paneer might break up. Alright, let's put this on the side. So make sure you even out your paneer so it cooks evenly across your pan. And doesn't that look gorgeous? Let that cook for another 2 to 4 minutes. Yeah. Depending, if it's starting to bubble too much, you need to cut down on the heat and let that cook. Your paneer is gonna get pretty soft. Don't let it get too soft or it's gonna start breaking apart. Yeah. And now this looks, yeah, we'll just let this cook just a little bit more. Now we're gonna put a little bit of salt for taste. And we're gonna put a little bit of coriander afterwards. Alright you guys, our butter masala is almost done. You can see how rich and creamy the texture is. The paneer is also getting really soft. So it's time to put just a little bit of coriander. It's gonna pack like a big punch. Yeah, and we're gonna cut off the heat now. And we're gonna let it cook with the residual heat. Alright you guys, so we're gonna do a small taste test just to see how all the flavors are mixing in. So just a little bit of paneer over there. That is just epic. You have to try this too, guys. It's so good. We're gonna plate this right now. Let me get a small bowl. And let me get a bit of a deeper spoon so we don't spill. Alright. The taste is just amazing, you guys. You need to try this. It's so easy. As you can see, it's actually a really good way to save some money by making your own paneer. It just locks in so much flavor. Yeah, just a little bit more. You can't go wrong with too much coriander. Alright folks, there you have it. Some amazing flavor-packed paneer butter masala made from home with Colman's coconut vinegar. I really must say, you must try this dish out. Well, I'm off to enjoy my paneer butter masala, but I'll see you guys in the next show. But see you soon.